When you think of private jets, you probably think of speed, luxury, and, let's be honest, a pretty hefty carbon footprint. But what if that last part could change? We're going to explore the incredible innovations aiming to do just that, completely reshaping executive travel for a much greener future. So here's the big question on everyone's mind. Is a truly sustainable private jet just a fantasy, some kind of sci-fi dream, or is it something that's actually closer than we think? Now, the challenges are absolutely huge, but you know what? The speed of innovation right now is just staggering. This quote really just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The whole goal here isn't just about inventing cool new technology. It's about solving a real conflict for so many people today. How do you square the need for private travel with a genuine sense of responsibility for the planet? And that right there is the central promise, the one driving billions of dollars in investment. Because for business leaders, for anyone who relies on this kind of travel, efficiency is everything. It's non-negotiable. So this new wave of sustainable aviation, it isn't about compromise. It's about making the experience even better while shrinking the footprint. The real future of luxury is flying without that trade-off.
Okay, but to really get why these solutions are so revolutionary, we first need to be super clear about the problem. Let's take a quick look at the one thing that's forcing all this change, that massive carbon footprint.
Yeah, there's just no way to sugarcoat it. Private jet emissions are a serious environmental issue. And that uncomfortable truth has really become the main catalyst, the spark that's lit a fire under the entire industry to push for some pretty radical change.
And this push for change isn't just coming from one direction. It's coming from everywhere, which makes it pretty much inevitable. You've got the high emissions, which are becoming a huge problem for company reputations. But here's the fascinating part. The push isn't just external. The industry is seeing this incredible demand for greener options from its own customers. We're talking about executives who want their travel to actually match their company's own sustainability goals.
So, how is the industry responding to all this? Well, the revolution actually starts inside the aircraft by completely rethinking what eco-conscious comfort can even mean when you're cruising at 40,000 feet. They're tackling this in three big ways. First up, materials. So instead of the traditional heavy wood veneers, you start to see things like lightweight, recycled carbon fiber or beautiful reclaimed woods. Second, smart tech. Cabins are being decked out with dynamic lighting that actually syncs to your body clock and smart windows that tint electronically, which cuts down on the need for AC. And finally, you put all that together and you get a totally new kind of experience where the story behind the sustainable materials, well, that becomes the real luxury. But all those amazing in-flight innovations, they're really only half the story. There is a whole other revolution happening right down here on the ground, building out the support system needed to power this new green age of aviation. This chart really shows just how fundamental this shift is. Look at refueling. It goes from standard fossil fuels to something called sustainable aviation fuel, or SAF. That's basically fuel made from renewable stuff, like biofuels. Then you have air traffic control, which is getting a huge AI upgrade to create flight paths that actively dodge headwinds to save fuel. And of course, all of this needs a whole new kind of infrastructure, built through global partnerships, all focused on creating these green hubs at airports around the world. So with all these changes in the air and on the ground, what is this all actually going to feel like? Come on, let's jump ahead a bit, say to the year 2035, and get a clearer picture of what the new normal for executive travel will be. Just imagine this for a second. Your flight automatically gets the most fuel-efficient route based on weather data that's updated in real time. You step into a cabin made from these sleek, recycled composite materials. The flight itself is incredibly quiet because it's powered by sustainable fuel. And when you land, you're guided to a dedicated green hub for a super-fast, clean recharge. And the best part? This isn't science fiction. This is the tangible future the industry is building as we speak. So what's making all this happen so fast? Well, it really boils down to two massive forces. On one side, you have powerful economic incentives. The companies that get on board early get a huge competitive advantage, not to mention things like green tax credits. On the other side, you have regulatory pressure building up, with governments setting really firm emissions targets for the whole aviation industry. It's this powerful push and pull effect that's driving change faster than ever before. And all of this brings us to one final, really crucial question. When you look past all the tech, how do these innovations really change what luxury and responsibility even mean? It seems like the greatest status symbol of the future won't just be the speed of your jet, but maybe the clearness of your conscience as you fly.